Online Equestrian Lessons. I'm Katie, this is Buttercup, and in today's video we are going to be going over sort of a beginner's guide to grooming your horse, and I'm going to be showing you some of the grooming tools that we're going to be using to just get her nice and clean and ready for work. Okay, so the first thing that I use is a rubber cray comb. So your rubber cray comb is going to sort of look something like this. And it's just got rubbery bristles, and what this is going to do is it's going to curry up all of the dirt that's underneath her coat and bring it to the surface so then we can then brush it away. So it's really important to curry your horse. There's lots of different types of curry combs. I'll show you a few different ones. So this is like sort of a mitt type, and then you've got your sort of magic brush type. And then there's also metal curry comb. So there's lots of different ones that you can use for your horse. But this is really important because when you put your saddle on your horse or your harness or anything like that and then start to work them, your saddle's going to sort of work on your horse's back. And if there's any dirt or sort of clumps of dirt underneath your horse's coat, it can actually make sores on your horse. So I think curry combing is really important. So to curry comb your horse, you're just going to put your curry comb in your hand, and we're going to start up at the neck, and we're going to work our way back towards her hindquarters. We're just not going to use this on her face or her legs because it can be a little bit too rough for those areas. So what you're going to do is just go in circular motions, and you're just going to work your way all over her body, and you might need to use a little bit of elbow grease just to get all that dirt worked up. You want to pay special attentions to where her saddle's going to go, where her girth is going to go, anywhere that there's going to be a piece of equipment. And then you want to make sure when you go around your horse that you let them know where you are at all times. So we're just going to use those nice circular motions to get her all nice and clean. Okay, and then what I like to do is just sort of hit my curry comb on a wall or something just to get the dirt out. Okay, so the next brush we're going to use is going to be called a hard bristle brush. So this is just a brush that's got hard bristles, and what this is going to do is it's going to get that dirt that we just curried up off of her. So with this brush, you want to use it in fast flicking motions, get that dirt off of the surface of her coat. And then also we're going to just really be gentle using this on the legs, and we're not going to use this on the face yet. So this is just going to be used on her body, and you can use on the legs gently. So we're going to start up at the neck, and we're going to go in the direction of the fur. Go down the legs a little bit. And we're just going to try to get that dirt that we curried up off of the surface of her coat. And I'll show you a couple different ones. So you can go ahead and use a sort of a medium bristle brush and then a softer brush. So this is the one that I would use next. This is what I call a flick brush. The bristles are just like really sort of almost springy, and they're really going to help get the extra dirt and hair off. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a soft bristle brush. This brush in particular is a horsehair brush. You can see that. And this brush is really going to help shine the coat. Just really get a nice shine to her coat, make it look nice and healthy. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of these brushes. So with this brush, I'm going to use nice long flicking motions. And then with this brush, I'm going to use really slow, long motions. And that's really going to help shine the coat. Using a brush because I feel like it's not going to pull out as much hair. So the brush I'm going to use is a sort of a soft bristle main brush, but you can use any kind of main brush. But the important thing is to start at the bottom and work your way up. That way you pull out oval. That way the mane can stay nice and thick. Okay? And then when you're brushing the tail, you want to make sure that you are standing to the side of your horse and not behind them. You want to reach down and bring the tail to the side. And then you're just going to start at the bottom and work your way up, getting out the tangles as you go. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be using on our horse is a hoof pick. So it's really important to clean out your horse's hooves, especially if you're going to be working them, driving them, anything like that. If they have any stones or rocks in their hooves, it can actually give them a stone bruise. So you want to make sure that you keep your horse's hooves nice and clean, and then you can also check just to make sure that their hooves are staying healthy. So we're going to go ahead and clean her hooves now. So I'm just going to pick her foot up now. Alright, now I'm just going to take my hoof pick and I'm just going to pick out the dirt going away from me, and I want to make sure that I'm going on either side of her frog here. Make sure that there's not any rocks or stones, and then just brush it out and you're good to go. Okay, so the last thing that I do just to give my horse a nice full groom is to use either some hoof oil or some kind of hoof hardener. So if your horse is just having some dry, cracked hooves, just a hoof oil will be really good, or a hoof conditioner, just to give your horse nice conditioned hooves. And if you put it on, a couple times a week, it will just sort of help prevent your horse's hooves from cracking. Now, if you have a horse that has really tender hooves, like if you walk them over rocks and they're a little bit tender, now your horse may need shoes, so you may need to get a hold of your farrier and tell them that your horse is having some tender feet, because that can also be a sign of illness as well. But if you have a horse that just has tender hooves, I really like to use this. It's called Tough Stuff, and this is a hoof hardener and conditioner. And then I also like to use this come showtime. So this will just really give a show ring shine. It dries really well, and just really adds that sort of last minute shine that you need. So today I'm just going to be using a hoof oil. I really like this hoof oil or hoof conditioner. This is by Hoof Heel by Mana Pro, and it just works really well. So when you put this on, you want to make sure you're standing to the side and then you're not getting underneath where you could get kicked. But basically, you're just going to sort of brush it on, sort of like you were painting your horse's nails, but you're just going to be painting their hooves with it. So just like this, now you want to make sure that you pay special attention up here to the coronary band, where the hair stops and the hoof starts, because that's where all of your growth is going to come from. So by paying special attention to conditioning that part of the hoof, when the new growth of their hoof comes in, that part of the hoof is just going to be able to be healthier. So we're just going to go ahead and paint the rest of our hooves here. Good girl. Okay, so that's just kind of a look at, sort of a beginner look at how you can get your horse nice and ready for riding and training, and just give them a nice groom. So if you have any questions, please leave us a comment below. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel. Have a great day.